Good evening, everyone. I want to give first a special thanks to Jerry Weber. Jerry and I have a special bond. Jerry was with me for one of the 2 times that I've been thrown out of a jail. Jerry and I got thrown out of the Putnam County Jail by Sheriff Gene Russell. Russell was a sheriff who ran a racially segregated dungeon for a jail. He also ran a prisoner lease program. This in the 1980s. When the sheriff found out that Jerry and I were interviewing prisoners at the jail, he confronted us and said, "I know what you're up to, and I'm not going to let you do it." So the next day, being the card-carrying civil libertarians that we are, and the devotees of the Constitution, within 24 hours the sheriff was sued. We sued him, of course, for violating the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution. And after about 6 months, we won. My firm was surprised and humbled to receive this Vanguard Award, an award previously given to a host of other courageous attorneys and organizations, including the Georgia NAACP and our good friend Chris Stewart, with whom we've had the honor to work with on a number of cases. Our ties with the Southern Center go back many years. In fact, in the mid-1980s, my wife Ellen worked for the center and eventually served as its administrative director. Over the years, I've been inspired and encouraged by the people that I've met who are with the Southern Center, both attorneys and paralegals whose commitment to justice is an honor to behold. In fact, I was inspired by the center to take one of my earliest police brutality cases. The case of a young man, Mr. Langley, who mouthed off at jailers while he was being booked into the Carroll County Jail for DUI. Now, I don't know what he said, but in retaliation for mouthing off, Langley was taken to what they called the hook room. In that small room, with no light, no water, no toilet, Langley was chained to the wall by his wrists above his head and chained to what they called the hook in a jail that was only years old. It had been designed with that hook. After being placed on the hook, a trustee was given a key to the cell, and in short order, he beat my client, breaking his jaw in multiple places, knocking him unconscious as he was hung by his wrists to the hook. With the support of the center, I took that case, and we won that case, and the hook was taken down. Tonight, I'm especially fortunate to join with my partners, Jeff Filipovits and Wingo Smith, building a law firm grounded in this work, fighting for civil rights for men and women arrested and jailed. Jeff and Wingo and our paralegal, John Roosh, are tenacious and steady advocates for our clients. I'm also grateful, of course, for the fact that my family is joining me tonight. My wife, Ellen, my sister, Christine Ward, her husband, John Ward, their daughter, Mandy. I'm also joined by my son, Ben Spears, and his wife, Jess Newfield. Along with all of you, we believe that the true measure of our country's commitment to justice, to our commitment to the rule of law, and to fairness and equality, cannot be measured by how we treat the rich, the powerful, and the privileged. Instead, the true measure of our commitment to justice is how we as a country treat the poor, the accused, the incarcerated, and the condemned. Along with my partners, we are committed to join you, the Southern Center family, in the ongoing work to bring justice to the victims of police misconduct. And we are deeply grateful to you for this award. Thank you.
just like to echo something my friend Tiffany said in the opening, which is that we live in dire times. And if you judge a society based on how we treat the people that we deem criminals, we are failing. Our prisons are a lawless hell. There are dead bodies in cells for days before they are discovered. We're sending young men and women into prison for probation violations. We're sending pregnant people there to give birth in prison. We're sending women there to be raped by guards. The calls we get, and others who do this work, from family members of those in prison are sobering, and the indifference to life that we see in our jails and prisons is shocking. And meanwhile, outside of prison, our mayor and governor are marching in lockstep toward a police state. Dissent is terrorism, and it will not be tolerated. This goes outside of the Southern Center's mission here, but I have to add it. Because now they've taken abortion. And the loudest voices have become silent, as if it's a moral question about whether women should be allowed to be captive to abuse and have their bodies co-opted. 4 years ago, George Floyd died begging for his life. And there was a national reckoning, and there was a bit of hope that we could all start to grapple with this endemic racism. During COVID, we realized that without essential workers, our society would collapse, and there was hope that we could learn to value each other's work. If you find yourself looking for hope now, here's where I've come to it. It doesn't matter. Because we all have a moral imperative to do this work, no matter how we feel. And if you can't do the work, then you have a moral imperative to support the work. There are many of us who are fighting this fight, and our cases command our complete attention. We cannot worry about anything else other than the cases we have in front of us. And that is where the Southern Center comes in, and why the Southern Center is so important to us. When we have a prison case, and we need to figure out how to get documents out of the secretive prison system, we call it TIA, an alley. When we want to challenge a referendum by the city of Atlanta, we call Jerry. When Manuel Paez-Terán was shot and killed in the Weelaunee forest, and clout-chasing nonprofits from around the country descended on Atlanta looking for credit, we called Tiffany. We called Micah, Devin. And they were there to help organize. The real people were there to help organize how we were going to handle it. At every step in our cases, the Southern Center is indispensable. It does work that we cannot do, and it does work when no one else is looking. Without Southern Center, there would be a tremendous void in the civil rights world here. I don't know what we would do. And so I hope that everyone who cannot do this work, because there's a lot of, we aren't even scratching the surface of the problems we have, but we have to support each other. And so if you can't do this work, I hope that you will give some of your money to help support everyone who is doing this. We need it. Thank you. It's been an honor to work with Brian. It's been an honor for Wingo to join us in the last couple of years, and for John to now join us. I'm really proud of the work our firm is doing. I'm proud of the work Zach and Sam and everyone at Mitchell Shapiro, Greenemeyer and Fun, I think I got it, are doing. We're all in this fight together, and we're honored by the encouragement. If you're trying to say keep doing it, then message is heard. Thank you very much.